How you feel about that fight? Is it even possible at a catch weight?
There ain't no catch weight. You come up to 47.
You're not even entertaining a catch weight.
I'm a giant Gervonta fan. I
Yeah.
think that guy is so unusual.
Yeah.
His style's so unusual and his patience.
If you do fight, what weight would it be at?
195.
Oh, wow. So he would go all the way from 40 to 95?
Yeah, I mean, it would be an exhibition.
Okay. But, and so what does that mean? Is that 3-minute rounds?
Yeah, 10 3-minute rounds.
In their examination of the unexpected announcement of the Jake Paul vs. Gervonta Davis showdown, Joe Rogan and Terence Crawford enter the ring. As Paul, a cruiserweight fighter, gets ready to take on the unbeaten lightweight. The improbable crossover extravaganza will be shown live on Netflix from Atlanta's State Farm Arena. Igniting debate. Champion Davis in a catchweight match that had an incredible 65-pound disparity in size. It is being referred to as a freak show by critics. In the midst of the criticism, Rogan and Crawford analyze the implications for the legitimacy, integrity, and future of boxing.
First few rounds, he throws very few punches.
He's just measuring. He's a computer, man.
Yep.
He's just getting the data on you, faking you, taking pictures of everything you do, and then like round 3, round 4, he starts to fucking and he's slipping, pop, pop, pop.
He's got special power, too. His power's special.
And he's mean too. As well, man.
Yeah. Mean is a big part of it, isn't it?
I think having that dog, being mean is like the biggest part in it, you know? You be a great athlete. One day you're gonna come across another great athlete. You know, it's who's got more dog in him.
Jake Paul used high-profile crossover bouts and commercial endeavors to turn his influencer status into a legitimate boxing career.
People are like so fucking insecure. Kind of lost myself in the whole entertainment world. And so when I found boxing, it gave me that like routine, that discipline. I got to like take time for myself in these boxing camps. And every day for training, I had to like meditate. And boxing gave me the ability to like reflect on myself and like realizing who I was and who I wanted to be. And that helped me mature. You get addicted to that validation from others. And that's something that I realized that I had to face. And like, why do so many people want clout? I'm not good enough. I need followers. I need likes. It's driving a lot of our generation because they're working so hard to get this external validation.
Davis became one of boxing's most feared punchers by dominating world titles and leaving a lasting impact. There will be a substantial 65-pound weight difference between Paul, a cruiserweight weighing about 200 pounds, and Davis, a lightweight champion weighing about 135 pounds.
25 is at the next year. I'm out of it.
After our second fight.
You're out of it?
Yeah,
Care to elaborate on that?
out of the sport.
After our second fight. Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
Nah, I could tell you my fights.
Joe Rogan has continuously backed Jake Paul's credibility. As a boxer, in spite of the criticism, Paul is a legitimate boxer, Rogan said on his podcast, praising his clean, effective style and pointing out that nothing he's doing seems wrong. He added that although individuals initially disapproved of his viewpoint, they are gradually changing their minds.
Jake Paul wasn't Jake Paul if he wasn't this YouTube guy. He was just a boxer. And you see a boxer knock out the former UFC welterweight champion, not just the former, but one of the best ever. Knock him out with one punch like that. Like, oh man, have you seen this Jake Paul dude coming up? He's f***ing for real. Because nothing about watching him fight, to me, screams like he's in over his head. Nothing. He looks like a real boxer.
Rogan has also commended Davis for his devastating knockout skills at the same time. He was amazed that the southpaw still possessed incredible power despite Davis's somewhat plain physique. There is nothing particularly striking about the way he appears. Rogan compared Davis to a miniature Mike Tyson in terms of the psychological threat he poses in the ring, calling his style and presence frightening after his victory over Ryan Garcia, as a warning that boxers have a limited peak. He cautioned that even the best fighters eventually deteriorate.
Gervonta's something. He's so unique. I think if you look at all the active boxers who are champions, he may throw the least amount of punches.
Yeah.
Because he sets guys up. And so the first few rounds, he's just calculating you, trying to find your openings, testing you. His first round of his last fight, I mean, how many punches did he throw? Like very few.
Yeah.
But goddamn, when he hits you, you're fucked. That dude can crack. He's so good, he's so accurate, and he's so sneaky, the way he like dips inside and cuts in uppercuts. And his power, man, his power is just extraordinary. I am really interested to see if Ryan Garcia can handle that.
One of boxing's most renowned technicians, Terence Crawford, shocked everyone by saying he thought Paul had long-term promise. Crawford admitted during an appearance on the Ariel Helwani show that Paul has put in a lot of effort throughout training and has actually gotten better over time. He highlighted that many people dismiss Paul too quickly because of his YouTube beginnings and complimented him on his lovely right hand. Crawford emphasized that Paul's commitment and development are worthy of respect, pointing out that he is investing a significant amount of time and energy into the sport and demonstrating promise on his path to a championship.
He says he could get a cruiserweight title in 2 years. Do you think he can?
Possible. It's possible. Listen, man, a lot of people write Jake off, but Jake can punch with that right hand. He got a nice right hand. Gained a lot of respect for Jake because he's not a YouTuber that's just boxing just to box. He actually trains and actually want to get better and actually have got better and really putting his time, focus, and energy into boxing. So you got to respect that.
Regarding his bout with Jake Paul, Crawford has been ambivalent. Dismissive at first, pointing to lack of boxing experience and size disparities. He acknowledged that if $200 million were offered, he would accept the fight. Crawford's viewpoint softened with time. He now respects Paul's commitment and growth. In the ring, complimenting his lovely right hand and acknowledging his advancement through respectable stepping stones. Crawford did stress, though, that Paul needed to go on real boxers instead of MMA competitors. Crawford hasn't completely endorsed such a matchup, but he hasn't ruled it out either. Would you engage in combat with Jake Paul?
Would you fight Jake Paul?
No.
He too big?
Yeah, Jake big, but he doing his thing, man. I'm gonna let Jake do what Jake.
You got $200 million for you.
I'm fighting Jake Paul. I'm fighting Jake Paul. Come on, Jake. Hey, Logan, I gotta fight your brother, man.
When you watch the Tyson and the Jake Paul fight,
Tyson shouldn't have been out there biting his gloves and stuff.
Was he biting his glove because that was a tick, or was he biting his glove like, man, I want to hit this joke upside his head so bad, but I can't?
I don't know. I don't want to spread no rumors.
Regarding Gervonta Davis, Crawford has been more harsh. Given that he hasn't faced the best fighters in his division, he has accused Davis of taking advantage of safe matchmaking. Crawford criticized the refereeing on social media following Davis's contentious draw with Lamont Roach Jr., saying Roach won, and that should have been called a knockdown. They never consider a knee to be a knockdown, as far as I can tell. Crawford also publicly made fun of Davis on social media, calling him afraid in spite of the tension, and urged him to fight Keshin Davis or Shakur Stevenson. He continues to admire Davis's talent.
When people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a fuck. Him. And everybody in the crew with him. I mean, with him.
Same question for you. You're a proud father.
For sure. We're going to do easy work or challenge. I'm going to name 6 fighters. You tell me easy work or challenge, all right?
Mm-hmm.
So we got Devin Haney.
Easy work.
Shakur Stevenson.
Easy work.
Keyshawn Davis.
Super easy work.
Super? Damn. Lomachenko.
I don't know. I haven't seen him in a minute. I say he a challenge because he a vet.
Bud Crawford.
The only reason why I say a challenge because his size. He a way bigger guy.
Crawford said he just doesn't like Davis as a person on Cigar Talk. He characterized Davis as one of these conceited little men who rely on his security and notoriety while acting differently. In other situations, Crawford acknowledged that, despite his personal distaste, Davis is a skilled boxer with remarkable power and boxing talent. but he still cannot appreciate Davis's character or mannerisms. He claimed that while Davis's talent and punch strength are exceptional, Paul's height and stamina may have an advantage, making the chess match extremely unpredictable.
He would never even think about to come up to 154.
All right, what about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens, or is it like...
I just really don't like that dude.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. That's like,
just not your cup of tea. That's just not your...
I don't like nothing about him. I just feel like, you know, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But like his core personality and his ways. Nah.
After the announcement, Davis used a dazzling highlight reel that showed off both his and Paul's knockouts to advertise the bout. The accompanying description expressed enthusiasm and anticipation for the fight by giving fans a sneak peek at the upcoming matchup in Atlanta. Jake Paul, however, embraced the turmoil of being the bigger man and leaned into the show, promoting the battle as another opportunity to quiet skeptics. The boxing community reacted strongly to the announcement.
I text that tell them boys to give me 150 M's. I'm coming. You know what I mean? When I start streaming out that, and that, stop it, knock it off, cuz. Stop it. Tell them send that bag, and I'm coming. And I'm, you know. He can't fight, so.
Would you look at it as a joke if if your team was like, yo, we want you to fight Jake Paul? Would you be like, come on, man?
I laugh at him. Like,
news being made official. Yeah. Good enough for the sounder. Jake El Gallo Paul taking on Gervonta Tank Davis Friday. It will be the Friday, November 14th.
Ain't disrespectful to the sport if he choose that over fighting with me. I'm the best fighter in the sport. I've been telling him that. He called capped on it, so come prove it.
Is there a height limit in boxing?
Once Davis's opponent, Rolly Romero vehemently defended him against criticism, denouncing supporters who claim Tank is cashing out. The rudeness was criticized by Romero, who said, "That bastard wants to make a quick buck." He stated plainly, if he wants to be on that level, then he should do it the right way. He responded that he would put them on their knees when asked what he would do if he were. In Davis's position, even though they were rivals, Romero defended Davis.
You can't be mad at somebody for doing what they feel is best for them.
Will it impact Tank's legacy if Jake Paul were like to beat him or even like knock him out?
Dude, Tank's a 3-division world champion, a 4-time 3-division world champion. At the end of it, bro, you can't take anything away from him. Bro, you can't be mad at somebody for doing what they feel is best for them. It's the same way Roach feels Tank is the best option for him. Same way that Stevenson thinks Tank's the best option for him, or like all that stuff, right? At the end of it, bro, we just want to do what's best for ourselves, right?
Facts.
Right or wrong?
Facts.
So just do what's best for you.
According to Elsa, the matchup is not as mismatched as people believe. It's not as bad a fight as you guys think, he said on his YouTube channel, setting it apart from the much-discussed Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua clash. Sonnen, however, identified a serious problem. Davis lacks the ability to sell a fight. He maintained that Tank is unable to hype or advertise a fight, whether it is the main event or a title battle, which lessens the contest's appeal from a marketing perspective.
Being Tank Davis. Tank is not the guy that knows how to sell a fight. Tank cannot sell a fight in his own division. It could be a title fight, a contender's fight, a main event fight. He could be the favorite. He could be the underdog. Tank doesn't know how to bring that information to you guys in a way that is compelling. And Tank is already blinking in this situation. You have one guy who is argued amongst the pound for pound current greats in boxing. You have another guy that has suggested he should not even be allowed to box, that he should have to call it something different. He should not be licensed. He should not be ranked in the top 14. He should never be selected for a world title. Okay. Now, Tank has one job to do, which is to let anybody know that's listening that it doesn't make any difference, that boxing is a real sport. My skills versus your skills, of which I am an abundance of and of which you have none of. My life's commitment and dedication versus a second or third or fourth thought.
Talk Sports' Gareth A. Davies disparaged the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis showdown, calling it a circus rather than a legitimate boxing match. He underlined that the event compromises the credibility of professional boxing, even though it may draw a wave of younger fans from around the world. Davies said that by sugarcoating a battle that deviates from traditional competitiveness, its spectacle-driven appeal threatens to undermine a serious enjoyment of the sport. The rising conflict between boxing as performance and boxing as a legitimate athletic endeavor is highlighted by Davis's suggestion that the matchup's main worth is entertainment rather than championship merit, even if he acknowledged that Davis could deliver a knockout.
Paul, but 8 inches in height difference, 7 weight divisions between them, 5 stone, 70 pounds between them. It's a joke. It's a circus fight as opposed to a disgrace of a fight, which was Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul. At least you feel in this you've got quite a poor, very big one against a pound-for-pound, brilliant, unbeaten little un. And the little un who'll come up to his navel will hit him with a lot of body shots. I said in the week to Danny Kelly and Charlie Brooker that... do I mean Charlie Brooker? No, Baker. Charlie Baker. That Charlie Brooker's a different person altogether. That he'll be throwing the Superman punch, the leaping left hook. It's going to be a very odd thing. It's called, in inverted commas, an exhibition bout. But everybody in boxing who is a name doesn't mind going in with Jake Paul because they know they're making millions of dollars. And that's the only reason that Gervonta Davis, who's being called the poison little elf by Jake Paul, and it'll be fun in the build-up. Everybody in boxing knows they're guaranteed to make millions of those silverbacks, those greenback notes that they give out in America, and they give them out for fun when Jake Paul fights. So he's not going to say no to it. But can you pick a winner in that fight?
I don't want to. I don't want to. Listen,
no, it's difficult.
My reaction to it, and we're going to have an extensive conversation about this a little.
Antonio Tarver acknowledged his doubts about the outcome of the mismatch between defensively explosive Davis and a much larger Paul. He questioned whether Davis would be able to box strategically on the outside versus Paul's weight advantage, or if he would just be throwing blows. Tarver raised concerns that Davis, after collecting a big salary, reportedly between $30–40 million for the Jake Paul exhibition, could lose incentive to face top-tier opposition. He cautioned that putting show before substance could damage Davis's reputation and deny boxing his best years and actual high-stakes fights. Tarver emphasized that the tempting prize could cause Davis to prioritize something other than true competition, which would be detrimental to the credibility of athletics.
It would just be sad that if Tank Davis' boxing career, real boxing career, championship, is over because, of the Jake Paul fight. It would be sad for boxing. I don't know for that to be the case, but if he make, in excess of 30–40 million.
They reported $40 million.
I don't know what kind. I don't know what he does after that. Does he come back to boxing and defend those titles? I don't know, bro. So I don't know if this could this be the last time we see Tank Davis in a real championship fight. Was Lamont Roach the last fight we see of him like that? I don't know. But if it is, that would be a tough pill to swallow for boxing fans.
Many fans have criticized the stark weight disparity and referred to the fight as a weight bully event, calling it a show rather than a legitimate sporting event, claiming the fight is being sold out for money. Accusations include avoiding serious opponents like rematches with Roach or bouts with Stevenson. Most people believe that boxing's credibility is in jeopardy because of worries that it is becoming more of a performance art than an athletic sport. However, a small percentage acknowledge that they would watch just to see how it plays out. Maybe amusing turmoil, but not much else.
Quite surprised because it sounded like Jake Paul and Joshua was getting closer and closer for January. However, there have been rumors of Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul in the past. I think with Gervonta Davis's kind of legal problems in the last month or so and rumors about his retirement, I don't think it's a massive shock that he is taking this Jake Paul fight if it is going to go ahead, purely for the reason that it's a lot of money for maybe not the most difficult job that he's going to have in his career. So it's a strange one, but yeah, it's just another kind of day in the sport, really, isn't it?
This doesn't do anything for Tank besides put money in his pocket, and I'm not blaming him. I'd probably, maybe I'd do the same thing if I'm Tank, but ultimately, Tank has said many times that he's just trying to make his money and get out of the sport, and a lot of the times people ask him, don't you want to fight guys that are champions and whatnot, and Tank has said, belts don't matter. And to an extent, boxing has become so saturated with belts to the point where, yeah, belts don't really matter as much as they.
Which do you think will win, Gervonta Davis or Jake Paul?